Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. I'm Hunter from Accenture, and I'm honored today to be here to introduce the launch of Phase 2 of Project MindForge. Now, Project MindForge is an initiative by the Monetary Authority of Singapore and a consortium of financial institutions, many of whom are here with us today in the room. To formally launch this initiative, I would like to welcome to the stage Alan Lim, Director and Head of the Financial Infrastructure and Artificial Intelligence Office of the Monetary Authority of Singapore. Alan, we're honored to have you with us here today.
All right. Thank you. All right, good afternoon, everyone. So thanks for gathering here. I'm calling this a gathering because a lot of you who are here are really been collaborators, partners with MAS on this journey. So I call this as a gathering because it's a gathering of friends. I see some old and familiar faces, so very glad to be here. Today's session will spend a bit of time, maybe just doing a bit of reflection of where MindForge, or what MindForge has achieved, maybe over the past year, but also looking forward in terms of what we're going to be doing in the next phase of MindForge. So maybe just a quick reflection. This topic of AI, or in fact applied AI, is not new. A lot of you in this audience are much more senior, experienced practitioner than me in this space. But maybe just to call out a few areas, right? In terms of the opportunities of AI in this space, what we have seen in terms of the potential of AI, in terms of its adoption, has been accelerated through the use of Gen AI, especially over the last 2 years, both from an opportunity as well as a risk perspective. I think we see in Singapore specifically, we see perhaps some observations in terms of how institutions are reacting to it. I think most institutions are cautious, rightly so, but I think there are some who are also taking the opportunity to leverage these technologies to accelerate how they serve their clients, make better decisions, and improve their operations. So I think that's very encouraging. How is MAS responding to some of these opportunities or some of these evolving risks and threats? We are taking a multi-pronged approach. The first, from a supervisory or from a regulatory perspective, we are examining the risk, particularly from a cyber risk perspective, but also looking at the model risk management practices of banks. We've issued an information paper this year that speaks about some of the cyber-related risk of Gen AI. We are looking at model risk management practices, hope to be able to share more details subsequently. The second prong that we are looking at is how do we facilitate or enable financial institutions in Singapore to capture the potential in this space, navigate this space, hopefully in collaboration with the broader ecosystem of technology providers based in Singapore and even beyond. So for today, maybe let's just reflect on this second prong, which is how do we be more facilitative or encourage both innovation, but also responsible innovation in the AI space. To take you through that process, potentially is actually helpful to maybe just reflect on the journey that we have been actually. So again, AI is not new in Singapore. I'm taking the reference point from 2018, more because I think it's really the point in time where we have taken a specific focus in terms of understanding the responsible use of AI. And I'll start with FEET, which is our first attempt really to look at applying the principles or uncovering the principles of applying AI. And we've discovered at that time, some of the key principles around fairness, ethics, as well as accountability and transparency. But we quickly learned that it's not just about principles, we need to apply those principles in practice. And we started this initiative back then, right, which we called Veritas, which is about introducing the methodology as well as the toolkit in terms of how that could actually help operationalize some of those key principles. Fast forward to end 2022, 2023, we all know what has happened, the rise and pervasive adoption of Gen AI. So that has evolved, I guess, new risks, new opportunities. So it's time for us to update perhaps our thinking in that space. So MAS, together with a consortium that we have represented over here, introduced the idea of this project called Project MindForge, which really looks at updating perhaps the thinking around the space. So the first phase of Project MindForge looks at the Gen AI risk as well as opportunity. There's a white paper that was published earlier this year. So I've included the QR code there. If anyone has not seen it, please take a look at that if you have not seen it. It's very comprehensive in terms of its coverage. Let's focus around what, from a perspective, from a opportunity and risk perspective. But again, what we've quickly uncovered, right, is that just kind of doing a gap analysis, we understand that actually there are new risks pertaining to legal, regulatory dimensions. There's also questions in terms of how this might impact aspects around cyber and data security. So taking that in consideration, I think what we quickly realized that we need a holistic approach towards how we adopt AI, including Gen AI, in financial institutions. Specifically, the idea of AI governance. So that's the kind of the North Star that we're shooting towards here with MindForge, specifically in the next phase, which is to look at how AI governance for financial services could be applied. And that's not looking at it just from a banking sector perspective, but just the broad range of financial services that we offer in Singapore today. So Project MindForge, in the second phase, will focus on 4 areas. I think the key to that is the AI governance handbook, which we are going to be working collaboratively to understand what an appropriate set of use cases, but also specific guidance in terms of operationalizing how AI governance could be implemented. Second piece is around the governance toolkit. Now, some of you have exposure to the Veritas toolkit, the Veritas AI toolkit in the earlier chart that I mentioned, which speaks about how that could be integrated as part of your model development process. But what we are doing over here is to refresh that. And we are going to be working, I guess, in collaboration with AI Verify Foundation. I think Shamik is somewhere around. So we'll be looking at how we can actually integrate some of that process. Third, around how do we build up capacity, training, capability. That's a third pillar. So we want to be able to support institutions, individual users, as they go through this process of upskilling to take advantage of this space. Fourth is just broadly in terms of building up the ecosystem. So that in that case, it's working with, again, more institutions, but also working with the ecosystem of technology, solution providers, and also consulting firms, etc. Really just to enrich and strengthen the ecosystem that we already have in place today. So with that, I would like to take this opportunity to really recognize the organizations that are part of Project MindForge. Because as you can see, it's not just the financial institutions that we have here, again, across the different segments, but also the industry associations that you see represented here, because it's really takes a whole ecosystem approach. And I think that's something that we are very excited about. So we do have financial institutions, industry associations, we have both technology and consulting partners. And I think we are growing. And we certainly welcome more participants to be part of this journey as we look at applying AI in all its opportunities, managing its risks to facilitate more responsive innovation in Singapore. With that, please join me in recognizing and also maybe declaring the commencement and the launch of Project MindForge Phase 2. If you can join me in giving applause to the team. Okay, with that, what I'm going to do, we'll probably invite Hunter back up, but if I could just invite maybe in turn, I guess, different members of the consortium up on stage. We can't accommodate everybody because of a safety reason, so we'll probably do this in batches. Hunter, you're going to guide us through that process.
I will. And Alan, I'd like to thank you very much for your time today and for officially launching Project MindForge.
Thank you.
To our consortium members in the audience, congratulations. And to the rest of the audience, thank you very much for being here. And Alan, you can just go down.
All right, sure.
I'll call you back up. If you would like to learn more about Project MindForge or the work that we're doing here or our journey with AI Verify, please do come visit our booth. We're here for the rest of today at booth 3J35 in hall number 3. I look forward to seeing you there. So as Alan mentioned, we're going to do some group photos, and due to the constraints of the space today, we won't be able to have everyone on the stage all at once, so we have a little bit of logistics to get you up here. I'm going to call you up in 3 groups. When you do come up, please carry the brochure that was on your seat. And in our 3 groups, we will proceed by industry, starting with, of course, MAS, AI Verify, our association management, and our project management team, followed by all of our organizations in alphabetical order. And afterwards, I'll ask you to exit the stage. Please do return to your seat. Don't leave the regulation stage area, because we will be leaving all together to take a group photo with our whole MindForge consortium just outside, right over there. So we'll guide you there when the time comes. With that being said, I'm eager to call up our first group for our photograph, featuring the banking industry. I'll call back up to the stage, please, Alan Lim from MAS. I will call up Ruben Lim from SFA, Shamik Kundu from the AI Verify Foundation, Irene Liu from Accenture, Sandor Oros and Manu Sareen from Citi, Samir Gupta from DBS, Vaman Shiraman and Geraldine Wong from GXS, Shayan Hazir from HSBC, Donald McDonald from OCBC, Vijay Jaraj from Standard Chartered, Rochak Agrawal from UBS, and Frankie Pua from UOB. You may need to move in just a little bit. We've got a very packed stage today. Thank you. All right. We've gotten a thumbs up from our photographers, so thank you very much to our first group. And Alan, Irene, Shamik, if you could please stay on the stage. If you could please stay on the stage. And please descend just back the way you came and return to your seats. Thank you very much. And thank you to our first group. I'd like to call up, please, our second group, featuring members of the banking industry and the asset management industry. I'll start with Carmen Wee from IMAS, Marco Milek from BlackRock, Chui Chua from Eastspring Investments, Gaurav Mahajan from GIC, Andreas Zing and Leong Yip Lam from Julius Baer, Rajnish Kumar from Maybank, Shu Heng Yip from MUFG, Desmond Lee from SMBC, and Jay Chandran from State Street. Thumbs up from our photographer. Then thank you very much, Group 2. Very much appreciate your time. If you could just head back the way you came. And a reminder to our members of our consortium, please don't leave yet. We do have one more group to come up and then our photo all together. And with that being said, I'm very pleased to call up our third and final group, featuring some of our technology partners, as well as some of our partners from the insurance industry. I will start, please, with Chan Wai Kit from LIA, Kartik Mahadevan from AIA, Ashraf Safdar from AWS, Maxime Afanasyev from Google, Zhao Jingyuan from Great Eastern, Harpreet Bindra from HSBC Life, David Tan from Income Insurance, love the energy, Sachin Savla and Yihan Yo from Manulife, Ho Chi Kyong from MSIG, Lee Sarkin from Munich Re, and Tien Yue Long from Prudential. Welcome. We've got some more space on that side of the stage. Head over that way. We have our thumbs up from our photographers, so that concludes our third round of photo taking. Thank you very much, group number 3.